There we go. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of For the Love of Writing. Today I am here with TL Beeding. We had a minor difficulty that I'm not going to put in the episode. I am going to just tell people a few things just
Yeah,
about
sure, go for it.
you're the fourth person from My Bloody Valentine, the first book convention I went to. So I'm happy to have you on. And I'm very excited that I can hear you fully now.
Yes, me too.
So tell me about your just all your books. Well, first, because I always started a certain way. Retell me about how old you were and what got you into writing, just so everybody.
So everybody knows, yeah. So I was basically like 11 or 12-ish, I want to say. Um, I was the kind of kid that was kind of like alone in my room and just, playing, with my imagination and just like coming up with all these stories and scenarios. And I really started off with more or less fan fiction. So at the time, it was my big like hyper fixation was Super Mario Brothers. So I would write all these fantastical like stories about Princess Peach and Mario and all this stuff. So it kind of really went from there. I kind of expanded on that and was like, okay, well, I can do this, but with my own characters and put them in these scenarios, and it just kind of went from there.
I love it. I There's no little bits of audio missing. This is and
Oh,
the
thank
way
God.
yeah, it was great. Really quick, tip your phone sideways. I want to see if it does anything different. It doesn't. Never mind. Go back to normal.
Okay.
You're good. Um, so tell I love it. I love the whole everybody started writing at like 10 or 11.
That seems to be like the age range because
Yeah.
Dorian's the same way. Like, he's gonna tell you the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I For those of you who don't know, uh TL or Teresa?
Teresa's fine.
Okay. Teresa, you were sitting not next to me, across from me at my first ever book convention.
Yeah.
And uh, I feel terrible I didn't buy any of your books because
Okay.
you had this amazing Wiccan looking display.
Yes.
And the amount of decorations you had was so eye catching.
Oh, thank you.
And I kept telling my wife, I'm like, I gotta get one of her books.
Oh, well,
And,
next time.
and my wife's like, I didn't know you were into Wicca. And I was like, I'm into horror and thriller, which could be that too. So I'm like,
Kind of
I
goes
want,
hand in hand.
yeah, I want to get one of those books. We spent a couple $100 on books, and I was like, I spent more on books than what I sold.
Yep, that happens. It's very easy to
Oh,
do.
oh yeah, every time. And then I got thrills and chills, and then I don't know if you're going to Fright Reads or not.
I think we are, but I can't. Oh, I'm not. I don't know for sure.
Okay, because I'm going to Fright Reads. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Um,
Fright Read sounds really fun. Like that sounds like it's going to be a good show.
oh yeah, it was an expensive table, but it's worth it.
Right, that's what I've heard.
You have a lot of fun at these things.
Yeah.
I was this your was My Bloody Valentine? Was that your first convention, or how many have you been to?
No, that wasn't my first. So my first was actually the Dark Drafts Festival at the Boobies Brewery in Pennsylvania.
No.
Um, 2 years ago, I think. So I've been doing this for a couple years now.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice. It's so great to talk to other authors and just learn things and
Oh yeah.
uh I got to tell you, and I can't wait to dive back into the retina thing.
Yeah.
Uh, so what I want to do is, because I love the short story thing, because you said they come at night and other horrors. I want to dive into that, but first I really want to dive into this blind spot thing because I don't know, that cover it reminds me of like Final Destination.
Sort of, yeah. So the story itself, like I was telling you, is not necessarily horror related. It's more of like a be careful what you wish for type of story. Um, so, like I was telling you before we got cut off, was in my real time life, I'm an ophthalmic assistant. So I assist retina surgeons with procedures like eye injections, laser surgeries, things like that. Um, and just the inner workings of the eye and how difficult it is, or how specialized the retina is, because retina is actually brain tissue. So basically, retina surgeons are brain surgeons, and it's so specialized and so fragile that any wrong move could make a person go blind. So you have to be a special kind of person to become a retina doctor. Um, so in this story, this, resident or this fellow is trying to apply for her fellowship for retina, and, she's not really cutting it, and, things like that. So she finds this way to go about becoming like this really fantastic retina surgeon, and she like does all these amazing things, makes a deal with something she probably shouldn't have made a deal with, and then the deal starts wearing off. So it's very much like a, you know you should know your place, be careful what you wish for type of thing.
Okay, I already love this. That
And
sounds that sounds really good. Almost like it's is it like I don't know if you've ever seen what's the movie called? I can't even think of it. It's called like The Eye or something. It's got Jessica Alba in it. Is it like they start seeing stuff that's not there or seeing stuff they're
yeah,
not supposed to
it
see?
is. It is. Yeah, it's something like that.
Oh,
Once you
okay.
get into it, it's very much like, you'll see, oh, okay, this is how she's doing things, and then all of a sudden she's not able to do them anymore, and it's like, oh no, it's almost like three wishes with a genie, and then your wishes run out. You know what I'm, you know.
Okay.
I will say that the book, or the story, is very technically correct as well, because the retina surgeons I work for proofread and edited this story. So it
Oh,
is technically correct. The surgical things are technically correct. So that's also just like an interesting tidbit, is everything you read is actually technically correct.
that is you're the first person I've ever had on here who's like a retina assistant who has had eye surgeons edit and proofread their work. Like
Yep.
that's fantastic. I've
Thank
never
you.
had anybody on here tell me that. That is a huge brag right there. I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
That's like when Stephen King asked his neighbor how much of your body you could chop off before you die.
Yeah. I mean, you got to find these things
Yeah.
out. So,
The weird stuff I've had to research.
oh yeah.
When reading books, I'm shocked the FBI hasn't come to my house yet.
Oh, I believe it, because my search history is also very interesting.
It's like how much of what dose of what drug can you give somebody without killing them but have them pass out?
Yep.
Stuff like that. Stuff like how long does it take to suffocate somebody putting saran wrap over their face?
Yeah, longer than you think.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, my wife's a teacher, and show her our search history because we are on like I don't know, like the same Wi-Fi. I don't know if that's what does it,
Mhm.
but she'll be at school and she'll be typing in like the first word of something, and then a bunch of stuff I looked up will pop up. And she'll text me
She's
and be like,
like,
"Hey,
"What the hell?"
I, I'm a teacher. You got to use incognito mode." She's like, "I can't have
Right.
this,"
That's
and
so funny.
I'm like, it was a fair question I asked for what I was writing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's so you are you're an assistant like LASIK eye surgeon.
So not LASIK. LASIK is cornea, technically, which is the front
Oh,
part
okay.
of your eye. So retina is all the way, it's the back, it's the what's connected to your optic nerve that goes to your brain. So it's extremely, extremely delicate brain tissue. So it's very like, if you get retina detachments or retina tears, like they have to be treated in a very specific type of way. And we also do the injections for macular degeneration. So, the once incurable disease, and now we have a treatment for, which is sounds horrific because it's a needle going into your eyeball, but it prevents you
Oh,
from going blind.
Yeah, I'll take a needle in the eyeball over not seeing.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of people will tell you the same thing. But I will say, just because I am in the retina field, if you ever need injections, you do not feel them. So,
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
I've actually I'm not a retina certain. I don't know if retina is the right word. I'm not a retina surgeon, but I have a garbage man, and one of my customers is always getting stuff done to her eyes.
yeah.
And she was telling me about how she had a needle put in.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God. And she goes, it didn't hurt a single bit.
Yeah, yeah, you don't feel it. Like
Yeah.
the numbing that they have for the eyes is intense. Like you won't feel anything.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, if you need
Would,
injections, don't be afraid of them because you don't feel them.
would you feel it if they didn't give you the numbing stuff?
Oh, yes.
Okay. That was my next question because it's,
Yes.
you said it doesn't hurt getting a needle in your eye. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt if you use numbing, but if you did not use numbing, that person would never come back to the office.
Oh, yeah. I you got the blind spot. The blind spot is now like on my to be read. I love that's going to be the first book I buy.
Oh,
Um,
good.
Happily Never After. I hope you
Yes.
don't mind me saying the titles. Tell me about Happily Never After.
So, funny enough, when I first started writing, I didn't start with horror. I started with romance. So romance is kind of like my guilty pleasure writing. So a lot of times when I write romance, it's never with a happy ending. Like somebody dies or, something happens and, nobody ever gets a happy ending in my romance stories. Um, so I wrote a bunch of short stories that had that type of vibe to them and, again, decided to put them in a collaboration and put it out.
Nice. I just started actually getting into romance.
Mhm.
I used to say I couldn't stand it because I never read it, so I just was like talking crap.
Yeah.
Uh, I've been getting into like spicy. When you say romance, do you mean like spicy romance, or you just mean like regular like I don't know if Wuthering Heights is spicy romance. I
Oh,
think it
it's
is.
yeah, that's hella spicy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
My wife
Um,
told me she took me to see Wuthering Heights,
yeah.
and the whole time I'm like, this movie's gonna be garbage. And she's like, have you read the book? And I'm like, no. And we go to see it, and I don't know. It was like I talked crap about it the whole time it was on, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, but I couldn't like normally. If I'm bored by a movie, I'll fall asleep,
That's
and
yeah.
I stayed awake the whole movie.
Nice.
And as much as I hate to admit it, I enjoyed watching it.
It is a
Uh,
good one. It's a
yeah,
good one.
I thought the plot was I don't know. I thought it was kind of not dumb, but like because I probably couldn't write a romance that good.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I think anybody watching this is hopefully saw what Wuthering Heights. She goes with the rich guy instead of the
Yeah.
guy who was like her little servant kid or something.
Right.
I didn't like that. I felt for Jacob Elordi. I was like, she's supposed to end up with him, not the other guy.
Right, right. It's very like of its time, where it's like, oh, I
Yeah,
have to marry a rich man because, women they can't have jobs or whatever. But, yeah, I get it. That's where I think like, my romantic guilty pleasure is Titanic, and Titanic is the opposite. She goes with the poorest guy on the ship as opposed to her fiance who's hella rich, you know.
I love Titanic so much.
Me too.
I'm one of those weird guys. Every guy I know who's heard I like Titanic, they're like, really? And I'm like, I can sit through all 3 hours of that movie.
Yes,
And
multiple
it's
times.
yeah. I'm like, it's to me though, Titanic kind of it is romance, but to me it's kind of a horror movie.
Yes, because it's a disaster movie. So
Yeah,
you got it's basically Romeo and Juliet on a sinking ship. So it's like you've got the elements of horror, you've got the elements of human disaster and tragedy, but then you also have a romance, so it's like a perfect
exactly.
storm of like emotion.
I so you said you started with romance.
Yeah.
How meant now is Happily Never After the only romance novel you have, or do you have more?
So it's the only one I have for like right now. I do have intentions to write a series of romance novels. I don't want to say like they're not like trashy romance, you know. It's like I don't know what
Smut?
the word is. Like high stakes romance maybe. So
Oh, okay.
like, it's like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's very much like there's more to the plot than just the romance, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. That reminds me kind of Aaron's. I don't know if you know Aaron's Obsession by Jolie Vines.
No, I don't.
My wife introduced me to that book,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm gonna hate it. I read it. It is like kind of smut. Um,
hmm
it had a storyline to it, and I ended up loving it. And she's
Okay.
trying to recommend the other ones to me, and I'm like, I'll read the first one of the series. I'm like, if I dive into this, I'm never gonna stop reading it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm like, I can't get into the whole series unless I'm in love with the book. I'm like, I read it, it
Yeah,
was good.
nice.
Oh yeah, I gave it a chance. Now the one I first asked you about before we cut off,
Yeah.
uh, They Come at Night and Other Horrors.
Yes.
I love the cover,
Thank
and
you.
I want to know more about it
Yeah.
because it's like, is it a guy? It looks like a demon almost
So
entering like the
technically,
woods.
yeah, so like I was telling you, the story that the book is actually named for is about the Men in Black. So it's supposed to be the Men in Black or a man in black, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, so I just the cover designer I had her darken it a bit so it kind of looks more mysterious because it was the original version of it was like really bright and you could see the outline of the person very well and the woods were all lit up, but I was like that's, I need it darker. I need it to be more like shadowy and creepy looking and so she
yeah.
made it that way.
I love the whole Men in Black thing. They show up randomly when you
Mhm.
know too much,
Yeah, you
and
know too much and they
this
know it and they want to
and you
know what you know.
yep.
And it's very scary and things like that. Like I've always, and like I was telling you before we got cut off, I'm terrified of aliens. Like that is my number one phobia. I know it sounds silly, but like if there were an alien invasion tomorrow, like I would put a gun to my head. Like, it's like that bad. But the Men in Black also scare me too because like you said, they just show up out of nowhere. They want to know what you know. They want to know what you
Yeah.
saw, and it's very just it's unsettling. They're very unsettling to
This
me.
it must we must have cut off at the you being afraid of aliens thing.
Yeah,
Because I
terrified.
because that was one of the parts I didn't hear. What makes you afraid of aliens? This is interesting.
I don't know where it came from. I There was a few instances in my life that I can think of where it came from, and one of them was I really truly believe I actually did see a UFO once when I was a kid, and I think that's what started it. Um but then when I can't remember how old I was, but when War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise came out,
Yeah.
my mom took me to go see it and I had a panic attack in the theater. Like we had to leave. She thought she was going to have to call 911 because I was like seizing, like crying, screaming, like she had to take me out. So I don't know if it was like a combination of those two events, but it's like even just the thought of like it just freaks me out. Like I don't
It
like them.
might be honestly because I don't know if it was the same point of the movie, but I was at the drive-in. I was probably like 12, 13. My mom and my brothers, we all went, and it's the scene when they steal a truck,
Hmm.
and these people are all trying to like get in the truck because the aliens have already came, and people are literally like taking their hands and trying to rip the glass, and the one guy, like, there's blood dripping down the glass, and they're like, get out of
Oh,
the car.
see, I don't remember that. Like I'll admit, like, I've blocked a lot of that movie out of my memory, but there's the one part I remember freaking me out the most was when they come up out of the ground and
Yeah.
like the ship makes that noise. Like that is what triggered it. Yeah, I was like that for some reason it like paralyzed me. And I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through this." And then it just kept going and it kept getting worse and worse. And I remember like the last part I actually remember is when they were in the basement and that probe thing came down and was looking for them.
Yeah.
That's the part where I started having the panic attack and we had to leave.
I don't think I got to that part until I watched it a few years later.
Hmm.
I purposely fell asleep at the drive-in because that movie was scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yep.
And
But
now I am such an alien nut. It is
oh geez, I can't.
I'm one of those people, what I'm afraid of is like the ocean and what's in there
Okay.
that about like if you put me in the ocean and there's a shark and they just tell me like, hey, don't move and they won't attack you, I'm gonna swim away
You're gonna
panicking.
move. Right. Exactly.
They've got that menacing look and
Hmm.
like just that smile, like I'm gonna eat a human smile.
Yeah.
And with aliens, what did I freeze? There we go.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good.
Technology so much. Um, with have you seen Disclosure Day?
No, and I don't know if I can.
Well, it's good. It's really good. I will
Is
admit,
that
if you're afraid of aliens, I wouldn't see it.
yeah. I
But
think
it,
what scares me more about that is like the ships. I think like I'm more afraid of like seeing them coming. You know what I mean? Like I'm not necessarily afraid of the creatures or like the aliens themselves,
the,
but like
circular, the circular kind of that gigantic circular like sphere kind of thing.
yeah, like I can't I just can't like I remember we went there was one movie I was able to tolerate, one alien movie, and I can't remember what the name was, but it was like I want to say like 2013 it came out and they were like electric or something. I can't remember. It was in Russia.
Um,
Oh my gosh. I can't remember what it
District 13.
No, it wasn't District 13. Oh man, I can't remember what it was called. But it was like they were these people were like in Moscow and like all of a sudden this alien invasion happened and they were coming in through like the electricity or something like that. And they were like not they didn't look like aliens. They looked like just interdimensional creatures. So that one I was able to tolerate, but like Skyline I can't watch.
What
Obviously
about
War of the Worlds I can't watch.
science? You like science?
There's certain parts of signs I can't do, but
The parts when they show the tall green
yeah,
guys.
like I can't. Yeah, I can't
Oh, those
do
those
that.
parts. First time I saw those at the drive-in, I got so scared.
Yeah.
I The one that actually gets me is the fourth kind.
See, I never saw that either, and I don't know if I can.
Anytime I watch that, it's like, whoa, they were trying to scare the crap out of us.
Hmm.
The thing I think you'd like about Disclosure Day is the aliens that come down, they try to teach humans about they try to like teach them empathy,
Oh, okay.
which I
Okay.
like that about it. They like try to show them what other people are going through so that they didn't
So
like
that they
judge.
know how to.
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
like
So
that.
I liked that part about it. There was a lot of the Emily Blunt. She got empathy from one of them,
Hmm.
and oh, it was great. I
Wow.
loved it. Yeah.
Interesting. See, like now, Close Encounters of the Third Kind doesn't bother me, but there is one part that does, and it's the part where he's on the railroad tracks and the ship goes over him
Oh
and it's
yeah.
like making everything like that part freaks me out. But the rest of the movie is fantastic. I love that movie. But like
I so happy we're getting into aliens.
what happened?
I'm so happy we're getting into
Oh
aliens.
yeah. I don't know how I feel about it, but
I'm
I
sorry.
can talk about it. I just don't want to see it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I so are the stories that are in I feel terrible. I already forgot the name of it. They come at night. Is it
Yeah.
the Men in Black that come at night, or is it the aliens that come at night? If you can say.
So it is the Men in Black that come at night.
Okay.
Um, there are aliens like involved, but they're not the ones that come at night. It's the Men in Black that come at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that you are writing about stuff that scares the crap out of you because
Hmm.
that's awesome.
Yeah. It makes it, and like I was saying, it makes it more like when you're scared of it, it
Yeah.
makes your emotions go onto the page and into the words. So it's like that it scares you and you know how effective that's going to be. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I like I want to one day write a book about like I don't know, like tarantulas that can like take over like get in a person's body
Oh
and
no.
turn them into one. But I've told my wife when I talked to her about it,
Hmm.
she's like, "We're afraid of spiders," and I'm like, "I am. That's
I
why I want."
am.
But every minute that I'm writing it, I'm gonna be thinking about like as I'm writing it and the person transforming into one, it's gonna be like, ugh.
Um,
I can't do it. It's too
yeah.
much right now. One day.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I honestly, I'm the first one is probably gonna be They Come at Night that I get from you because that Men in Black thing, I'm really into that.
Yeah.
Uh now do you just have you've got the three books or are there more?
So it's the three for now. I am working on a few more that I obviously haven't published yet, but they're in the works. And one, interestingly enough, is about another phobia of mine, which is bees. So that,
Really?
yeah. So that's an interesting one because again, you're writing about something that actually terrifies you or scares you. So it's easy to write about that kind of thing because it scares you, you know.
I I've probably had other people on here who talk about like writing about phobias. You're the first one that I can like think of though that like you're writing about stuff that actually scares you.
Yeah.
Or me, it's hard for me to write about stuff that scares me because it scares me. Where I write about stuff that I'd want to like see in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like thrillers and stuff like that, or like some dude running with the chainsaw. You know, the for me it would be like the cheap horror, like
Yeah.
the horror stuff for like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Though that you're like diving into this like the Men in Black alien stuff, and you're afraid of bees. Is it the stinging or how they look?
It's actually that I'm allergic to them.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then why you're
So
afraid.
I have a good reason to be afraid of them, but it's allergic and also the sound. The sound of like the humming that they make. I
Yeah,
can't. So when I want to say like 8 or 9, I was attacked by a colony of wasps. And just the sound when they come after you, like this angry, like violent buzzing
just
is,
the
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
It's like
That
a
like,
vibrating in your ears.
yeah, and it's violent and it's just so like that they're coming after you and the louder it gets, like the closer they are and like it's just every time I go out, to get in my car or like go out to mow the lawn, like if I hear one of them, I like just drop everything and run.
Do
But
you said you were how old when you got stung by a colony?
it was like 8 or 9. It was my neighbor's backyard. They have one of those old like clotheslines, and me and my friend were playing on it, and he jumped up onto the clothesline and grabbed it, and just this big black cloud of wasps came out of the one end
Oh,
of it. Oh my God. And I remember I'll never forget one landed right here and like started crawling up towards my eyes and I like pulled it off and like started running and by the time I got to my house, which was next door, I was stung over 40 times. So yeah, it was not great.
I have a
Thankfully,
similar I I have a similar story. I
oh
was
geez.
probably 12, 13, and my brothers and their friends were all, they're all playing with the neighborhood kids. They're playing football,
Yeah.
and somebody threw the football and it landed in a tree.
Oh God.
And I'm the youngest, so they're all telling me, go up and get it. So
Hmm.
I go up to get it, and I thought, and somebody's pointing to it and saying it's right there. Just hit it with your fist.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't look like the football.
Oh my God.
And but they're all pointing to it, and they're like, it's just hit it with just hit it with your
Oh
fist.
my God.
And they thought it was the football. So I start punching it, and as I'm punching it, I realize this thing's coming apart.
Oh no.
Felt like I was punching hard paper.
Yeah, yeah.
And next thing I know, I start hearing all the buzzing, and I see them coming out of the thing,
Hmm.
out of the top of it.
Yeah,
And I just immediately was like, "Oh my god, what do I do?" And I was too afraid to jump down the tree. I was like probably 10 feet up,
yeah,
and next thing I know, all in my shirt, I just feel like not like bouncy balls with clothespins in them, or
yeah,
not
yeah.
clothespins, like just with like needles
Like
bouncing,
needles. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God.
bouncing against me. And I ripped my shirt off halfway down the tree
Oh
and
no.
just ran home crying. And
Yeah,
it was my mom put me in like I think it was a tomato bath.
yeah, like a chamomile bath or something.
Yeah, I literally refused to go outside unless I was wearing jeans, a sweater, and a hat.
Yep.
It was I had such a fear after that of just going outside. My fear is bumblebees.
I don't like them either. They're
You know,
huge and they like or they bump into you and stuff. Like I
yeah,
can't. I don't like them.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the Men in Black topic more.
Exactly. Like I can talk about the more than the bees.
Oh yeah. I actually have a lot of questions for you that
Yeah.
um, I don't know if some of them are like controversial, but I think they're really cool.
Sure.
How do you feel about trigger warnings?
So I I guess I don't know because I'm on the fence about them because I know, horror is supposed to be shocking and it's supposed to be like, oh my God, what did I just read? But at the same time, I can understand the need for them, because some people can't tolerate or, don't want to relive personal experiences triggered
Yeah.
by certain things. So what I do and what I'm going to do for one of the novels that I'm writing is put them in the back and have a disclaimer in the front saying, hey, this book deals with a lot of, these types of topics. If you need a list of trigger warnings before you read the book, it's in the back so you don't spoil anything.
Oh, okay. I like
Yeah.
that. I really actually like that idea. It's in the
Yeah.
back.
So for the people who don't need the trigger warnings, they can just go right through it,
Yeah,
but the people who do, they can read and see what's involved before they decide to buy it or, read it.
I love that idea. You're like the first person to come up with that. Literally. I've always thought because I've had a few people tell me you should really put a trigger warning for this story, and I'm like, yeah, but you know what it's about because it tells you on the back. But and they're like, yeah, but it doesn't say this is in it, and it's like,
Yeah, for
fair
sure.
enough. I'm like, yeah, I should probably warn people, or like, you know, I thought instead of putting trigger warnings on the one book I have, I want to put like a little like on the sleeve something like should be banned, and like
Oh,
this
okay.
should be banned in 49 states or something like that.
I
Something
like
that's kind
that.
of
I
like
like that too. Yeah.
something funny, but that also tells you like, okay, there's a reason why he put that. I
Right.
Yeah, I used to not be able to stand it when I'd see trigger warnings in books, and
Hmm.
that it's like the more I started to read like twisted romance and stuff like that, I'd see trigger
Yeah.
warnings. I'd be like, I a few trigger warning books I've seen where they got like 20 trigger warnings written down. It kind of made me want to read the book more
Right, right.
because I was like, what is this? Why does it say this? Like, what happens for that to be a warning? And
Exactly. It makes you curious.
yeah, it intrigues you a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, my other question is, because this is one of my favorite questions probably to ask any writer. What's your process as far as like just sitting down to start working on a story? What's your process?
So a lot of it, like, obviously is mental first. Like I'll get inspired by something, or I'll like just be thinking about something, and I'm like, that would be a good story. So I'll sit down and I'll kind of write the scene that I'm thinking about. Like the one novel that I'm working on now is um like the scene that was in my head that I kept seeing was the end. So I'm like, okay, this would be like a really messed up story. So I wrote that scene out and I'm like, okay, how can I make this like a full length thing that leads up to this? Um so that kind of just depends. Like if, for certain books it's like certain scenes I start with and then I kind of like build either way on them.
So you wrote the ending first.
Yes. Yeah, in this
You,
case I did.
you are just like the guy I'm working on a book with right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wrote. It was like I told him. I said, I'll do the first chapter. He'll do the second, and so on and so on. We get to chapter 5, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Hey, I've got one of the last scenes in my head. I'm writing it." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "What do you mean you're writing it?" And he's like, "I'm going to write it out just so I have it fresh." And
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good scene.
Oh,
Like
good.
it made it in the book. And then he's just
Nice.
like, "Hey, I have the last scene in my head too." And I'm like, "How do you even know it's gonna be?" And it went so well that it's like
Hmm.
that even though we didn't know really how the story was gonna end, he wrote such a good scene that we had it lead to that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when you have something, a specific event that happens in the story, you're like, okay, I can build around this event, or, the things leading up to it or the things leading after it. So,
Yeah, I love that you can do that, and I hope you don't take it for granted that you could do that because oh, I can't. I'm one of those people. It drives me nuts. I got to start with chapter 1 and work my way to the end. I've tried before to add stuff in here and there, and it's like I've got to work up to it.
see,
And
I can't do that. Like, if I sit down and I'm like, okay, chapter 1, blah blah blah, like I can't do it that way. It has to be like I have to write either like, I mean, sometimes the thing is the beginning. Sometimes, what I'm thinking of is the beginning of a story, but for a majority of the time, it's like, okay, this is what the dramatic part of it would be, or this is what the ending would be, or, something along those lines. And then I'm like, okay, I have to get from point A to point B and make it make sense. So,
okay, so have you ever written like a short summary of like a story you wanted to write and then found yourself just writing it anyways?
sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the one novel that I'm working on right now is the one that I started with the end scene is basically like this girl is infatuated with this celebrity and she like really wants to meet him, and she ends up finding out that he's going to be around like at a convention, and she like goes to meet him and he is like a total opposite of what she thinks he is, and is like horrified and disgusted by it, and is like along the way she does all of these things to herself that are not great. So it's very much like have you ever seen the movie The Ugly Stepsister?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh my god, it's so good. So
My my wife just whispered that she has.
it's great. It's a great, great movie. So the book I'm talking about was like heavily inspired by that. Because I was like, oh, this is a really, really good little poignant tale. And then I was thinking, okay, well, how can I translate that into modern day? And that's what I came up with was, okay, this, you know, girl who's obsessed with a celebrity and, goes to meet him, and, she does all these things to like make herself good for him or perfect for him or whatever. And then he's totally not what she expects him to be. So it's like there's no satisfaction, there's no gratification, and it's a body horror type of story. So it's very
Okay.
gross and, like horrible. And you're like, why is this person doing this to herself? And, you know, yeah. But
When you say body horror, I don't know why I instantly thought of that movie, The Substance.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that. But I would say more along the lines of like The Ugly Stepsister, because that's also a body horror. But it's very much like and it's grounded in reality too. It's like eating disorders and things that people say to you online to make you,
Yeah.
it's like online bullying, like that kind of stuff. It like kind of like fuels this disaster that happens, and it's a very big PSA for like, you know, keep your comments to yourself type of
Yeah.
thing. Like you never know how somebody's going to interpret the things that you say, and like
Oh yeah.
yeah. So
Especially online. Oh,
right, exactly, because
people, I'm telling you, people are brutal to
they're
each other.
nasty. They're so nasty,
That's-
and for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just they want to get a rise out of you, and people, these trolls, these keyboard warriors, I guess, are like, oh
Yeah.
well, you should do this. You should, it's like, why do you care? I don't know, but it was kind of like an amalgamation of things like that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I've got to write this.
No, I don't know about you. Whenever this is like, this one is such a stupid thing to comment on. It's when you see like, a advertisement for a movie coming out, or
Yeah.
that's already out, and it's like, they're saying like this movie's number one, and like the movie Obsession that came out
Yes.
recently.
Yeah.
Um, I'm scrolling through the comments because I saw that movie and I'm going to see it one last time at the drive-in that's like 30 minutes from my house.
Nice.
And I loved that movie, and a few people in the comment thread were like, "Oh, this movie sucked. It was horrible." And then there's people who are like, "This is the greatest movie of all time. You don't know what
Right.
you're talking about." And then they start swearing at each other, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's just a movie.
Exactly. It's like
It's
you
it's
let people enjoy.
okay. Yeah, it's okay to not, if one person says I didn't like this movie, it's
That's
okay.
okay. You're right.
Like, hey,
Exactly.
if I didn't like a movie though, I normally don't comment saying didn't like this.
Right.
I
Exactly.
just
Like
keep scrolling like, oh, I didn't like it. Why would I even waste my time commenting I don't like it? But there's the people
exactly.
who have to go in the comments just so everybody knows they did not like it.
Right. And it's very like, in that in and of itself is like, look at me, like here, put your attention on me,
Yeah.
and it's very just to be a contrarian, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like it's just I don't know. But that kind of stuff just annoys me, and I'm like, you know, that's what would honestly fuel somebody to do the things that this character in my book does. So
yeah.
it's
Okay.
yeah.
This is the new book coming out, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's called Has Been. So it's very, you know, it's been fun because like I've never done body horror before. This is like my first time doing it, and I'm like there's so many disgusting, like creepy things you could do with the human body that, like it's just people are either going to love it or they're going to hate it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh I have one book called Christmas Fear, and it's you either love it or you hate it so much that you don't want to read any of my other books.
Right,
It's
right.
it's one of those. It was one where I had to write it because I just couldn't get it out of my head. And
Mhm.
then I told my wife, I'm like, people are gonna hate this book because brutal it is, but I'm like, there's gonna be some people that are like, it's a work of art.
Right,
And
exactly.
that's what I wrote it for, not the people that are gonna hate it, because
Right.
not every book's for, every person. It's there's books out there that I think are garbage that other people think are great. And
Right.
to me, they're just not my thing. So, they're not my thing. But the
Yeah.
people that like crap on books, and say how like, oh, this book sucked. Don't
Hmm.
like people that write reviews saying how horrible a book was.
I,
I I can't stand those people. It's like, we have enough trouble getting reviews in general.
yeah,
We don't need the bad reviews. We have enough trouble getting someone to put 5 stars
you're
or
right.
enjoyed reading this. I was trying to think what was my actually that was going to be one of my next questions, the reviews.
Yeah.
Uh, do you find it hard as far like getting reviews, or do you get them quite easily?
So I don't I don't really know. Like, I don't have a lot of reviews on my book, and I think it's because I'm terrible at like promoting myself. But I don't know. I mean, if somebody leaves a review, it's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. Like, I don't really, like you said, I didn't write it for the reviews. Like, I wrote it because I wanted to get it out, you know.
Oh yeah,
But I think when people do leave reviews, they generally seem to like it. So,
good.
yeah.
Uh, Thankfully, I love the 5 star reviews.
Yeah.
It feels so good to
Those
see
are
that.
feel good.
Oh, it feels so good.
Hmm.
Oh man, I I can't wait for Thrills and Chills. I'm
I
so
know.
excited.
I'm so excited. I can't.
Is you said it's called Hasbin, right?
Yes.
Is that gonna be ready in time for Thrills and Chills or no?
No, no, no. I am almost complete with it. But I think that's going to be a next year project because I'm really uh I'm like opening up the guns on this one. Like, so I'm planning book boxes, I'm planning like my table theme is going to be all. So to give you kind of a snippet of what the story is about, it's the girl, she does movie reviews on YouTube and she focuses on 80s movies. So this actor that she's in love with is from the 80s, and she's like, that's her personality. She dresses like the 80s, she like talks about the 80s and like things like that. So the whole push of like my table design and like my book boxes and stuff, it's all going to be 80s themed. So like, I'm going to have like, the aerobics gear on and like the 80s
Yeah.
music, like Madonna blasting and stuff like that. So like that's really going to be like my brand for it. Um but that unfortunately is not going to be ready until probably next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I well, yeah, I don't know if I said it before the the thing broke up to where we had to restart,
Yeah.
but your just like your setup for the table at My Bloody Valentine was so good.
Oh, thank you.
Like, I loved it. I loved the little trinkets they have it everybody collect on
Yeah,
the key.
that was a really cool idea.
Is that at every book convention, or was that
I
just
think that
like,
was just something that Devin and Emily did.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but it was a good idea. I mean, like
Oh,
going,
I loved
it
it.
forces, oh, I don't want to say it forces you, but it encourages you to go to every author's table to get it,
Yeah,
you know?
I really enjoyed collecting those.
Yeah, it was cool.
I still have them.
What was yours? I don't remember.
Mine was a Santa Claus,
Oh, I love it.
and the guy next to me, Jeff Van Odenhove, I think that's how you say his last name.
Hmm.
He has a book called Emma, and
Okay.
it's got a graduation cap or something on the front of it,
Yeah.
and like blood on a duck. And his trinket was a like a graduation thingy.
Like a
Uh,
graduation cap?
not a. I think I don't know if it was a cap or one of those things you get like the graduation like certificate with the top with like a little band around it. He
Like a
he
tassel?
yeah, he had one of those, and just the way they picked all that stuff out was really cool. Like
That is
it's
cool. Yeah, because they definitely went through everybody's work
yeah,
and like read took the time to read what the stuff was about to be able to match up the charms, which I
yeah.
really liked.
I were this just popped in my head. Were you also gonna be in Matt Forget's project he's doing, the Final Girl?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I picked Aaron Harson from You're Next.
I don't know if I ever saw Your Next. I don't think I ever saw that.
He's like
Um,
this badass survivalist.
oh, I love that.
Who'd you pick?
So my original choice was Laurie Strode. But I ended up having, so this is gonna sound crazy, but I ended up having a stroke. And
You had a
they
stroke?
yeah, I had a stroke. So Matt thought that I obviously he didn't know. So he thought that I had abandoned the project and he gave Laurie Strode to somebody else. So by the time I reached back out to him and was like, "Hey, by the way, my brain tried to kill me. Sorry." Like,
God.
whatever. But so he was like, "Oh my God, like I had no idea. I gave Lori to somebody else. I'm so sorry. Like, here's who we have left." And I was like, "Well, damn." So anyway, I ended up choosing Alice from Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still a good choice.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
man, you had a stroke.
I did have a stroke. Yeah. I don't even remember. Like, it's so crazy. A lot of weird medical things have happened to me in the last couple of years. Like I had thyroid cancer, and after I had my thyroid removed, all of these weird medical issues started popping up, like autoimmune disorders and like um weird things like that. But I ended up having it was a TIA, so it wasn't like a full blown stroke, but it was still,
Yeah.
significant. And I was at work when it happened, and I remember like um I was like putting supplies away, and then I started getting lightheaded, and I was like, oh, whatever. I think it's just because I haven't eaten yet. So I was like, I'm gonna go to lunch. When I come back, maybe I'll feel better. And I don't remember going to lunch. I don't remember coming back. I don't remember much of anything, but my boss sent me to the hospital, and I remember like coming to, I guess, like in the CT machine, and I'm like, what is going on? And they were like, well, you came in here and said you were having a stroke, and like we did all these tests and like all this stuff, and it was very, very frightening because it's like I had no idea what was going on.
I'm about to break the biggest rule in man history. I don't care though. I gotta know because one of my friends,
Hmm.
she's 42 and had a stroke. You've got to be, I'm guessing, in your late 20s,
To add a decade to that.
late 30s.
Yeah.
Because I'm 34 and I couldn't imagine having a stroke. And it's like I know one of my wife's best friend, like not best friends. She hadn't seen her since like high school, but they
Yeah.
were best like good friends in high school. She died of like a heart murmur or something at 30 years old.
Right. Yeah. And
And
it's stuff like that that sneaks up on you too. And they think what caused mine was low thyroid levels because I don't have a thyroid anymore. So, the medication that they put you on, the hormone replacement, only does so much for you. But mine was like in the low range and had been in the low range for like over a year. So when they ran tests and they did like, all the EKG and the echocardiogram and all of those things, they were like, well, your TSH levels are extremely low. And how long have they been like that? Um, because if you have to take this pill once a day for the rest of your life when you have your thyroid removed. And if you don't, it leads to like heart failure.
oh,
So that's kind of what they think happened is because it was in the low range, it was causing my blood pressure to be too low, which, can lead to like clotting and, things that would lead to a stroke. So, but
Jesus.
from what it seems like, because funny enough, one of my coworkers ended up having the same exact thing happen to her like a month later. She had a TIA too. But it's like women in that age range, like, late 30s to mid 40s is like where that seems to happen.
That is nuts.
Yeah. That's,
Jesus.
whatever. I
How,
lived. It's
how
fine.
do you go from eye surgery to like twisted romance, Men in Black,
Mhm.
Aliens, bees, book reviews to strokes.
Yeah, a
I
lot.
love it. I was damn, you had a stroke.
I did.
Oh,
Yep.
every time I hear somebody under the age of 40 say that, I'm like, this could happen to me. And I'm like,
Most
wow.
likely, it doesn't hit men as much as it does women, if that makes you
Oh,
feel any better.
I mean, it doesn't want anybody having a stroke, but wow.
Yeah,
You should write a book about it, like a
I'm
horror
considering
novel
it.
about stroke or something like that.
I'm considering it because it was terrifying. Like, it's just you're so like lost, and it definitely felt like the only way I was able to describe it was like I got really, really drunk or like really, really high or something like that where I couldn't like focus and everything was like moving and I'm like, what in the world is happening? And like it just felt like time skipping. It was so weird. Like I can't even describe how it
Does
felt.
it
And
does experiencing a stroke hurt?
no, it's just like your brain fog. Like you don't know what's going on. It's very it's disorienting. It's not necessarily painful.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But it
Oh,
was different. It was very
yeah.
interesting.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. That is nuts. Well, I learned something new.
Yeah, life throws you lemons. You just got to make a lemonade, I guess.
Wait, and this happened in like February, April?
It was in April. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Oh,
And I
Jesus.
remember like after I was in the hospital for 2 days, and when I came back, they didn't like, they were like, oh, you could go back to work, whatever. Like you might just be a little like, you know, slow, I guess. But when I went back to work, because I have to do documentation for the doctors, I was in the room with one of them, and I was he was like telling me things to put in the notes, which normally I'm, whatever able to do. But like I couldn't understand what he was saying. And I was like, hold on, like you got to slow down because I really I can't comprehend what you're saying. And then he was like, oh, okay, it's fine. Like I'll do the note, but go through and clean it up. So then he wrote the note and then I had to go back and read it, but I couldn't read it because it was a comprehension issue. Like I couldn't comprehend what I was reading. And I just remember like breaking down and I was sobbing and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry I'm doing this, whatever. So I ended up being out of work for like a week before I was really able to like start processing things again. It was kind of
Women
scary. Yeah.
women can handle so much more than men.
I guess. Yeah.
A woman has a stroke, she's out of work for a week. A guy has a stroke, he's out of work for a month. I guarantee it. Oh, I call into work over my abdomen killing me. My
Oh,
wife
geez.
goes, my wife goes to work with her abdomen killing her at a partially broken leg.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't, but if she did, she would.
That's how it would be. Right. Right.
Oh yeah. It's oh man. I so what's the because I'm curious, what's the TL stand for? It's the T as for Teresa. Is the
Yeah.
L Lynn or Lindsay or
It's Louise, actually.
Louise? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I like the TL, the
Hey.
short. It sounds like I don't know. It's got that awesome like darkness to it, like TL beating.
Thank you.
Oh,
Funny,
absolutely.
my original pen name was Rachel Pendragon. Um, but so that's actually a character that I wrote into a story. And I was like, oh, I like the name. Like, I'm gonna take it for myself. But then I was like, I want people to know me as I actually am. So I kind of abandoned that name. But
I was gonna go with something totally different too, and I talked to another person I know who writes, and I'm like, I'm gonna go with a pen name, and he goes, "You have the perfect last name for a writer."
yeah, you do.
And I'm just like, it said no, it's Novellin, and he goes, "Yeah," but he's like, it's the word novel is in your last name.
Exactly.
And he's like, you have to stay with that.
Right.
And he's like, you have to. He's like, or you're gonna screw yourself. He's like, just keep your last name the way it is. So I did it. I don't know. I the amount of people I've had be like, oh, your last name is literally
A
novel.
novel. Yeah.
It's like, I guess. I'm like, I'll take the happy coincidence, I guess. I I had the stupidest ideas for pen names that I'm happy I didn't go with. It was terrible.
Yeah. I
But
think when I write that romance series, I might use a pen name for that. But I don't know for sure. I don't know yet.
Because I have thought about writing like not smut, but something close to it,
Right.
like edgy, spicy romance. That's like
Yeah.
we got. It's like a little fucked up, and I want to write under a woman's name
Right. Exactly.
because I don't know. It's like I don't know. I feel like women are more likely to read a romance book by.
By a woman. Yeah.
And
I get
not only that, but it's like if I'm gonna write a book that's romance, I'm gonna be writing it the way I would write it, where I think if I'm trying to pretend to be somebody else, I
Yeah.
might come up with something different. And
Exactly.
it's worth trying. So I love the whole pen name idea for diving into something different.
Yeah.
I I absolutely love it. It's now you said it's LASIK eye surgery or not LASIK.
It's not LASIK. LASIK is a different part of the eye.
Okay, so you focus on the cornea.
No, the cornea is on the front part. The retina is in the back.
Retina, okay.
Yes.
That is an awesome job. I wish I had that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have learned so much just by being in retina. Like my entire work career has been healthcare, and I started in orthopedics, which is bone and joint. Bone and joint is so cut and dry. It's like a broken bone is a broken bone. But when it
Yeah.
comes to eyes, like you have to do deep dive investigative work to figure out what's going on. Like, you could have somebody who's partially blind or somebody who's got, the signs for glaucoma or something, but they don't necessarily have high eye pressure or whatever. So you have to do a lot of investigative work to figure out what's going on. And the amount of other bodily functions that you can see through the eyes. Like you can detect cancer through your eyes, you can detect diabetes through your eyes.
Oh wow.
There's so many things you can see on the retina and be like, oh yeah, this person had a stroke, or this person has diabetes, or this person. It's crazy. It is crazy what your eyes tell you. It truly is the window to the soul.
Can you
Because
detect, can you detect cancer through the eyes or no?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's terrifying, but also good to know.
Yeah, there's plenty of people, and I can't tell you how many people that come in and they're like, oh, I had this like weird flash in my vision or whatever. And the doctor will look in and be like, oh, yeah, you had this happen. Did you know you had a stroke? Did you know you had this happen to you? And they're like, no, what do you mean? And then they go to their primary care, they get the blood work done. They're like, yeah, this happened. But there's been plenty of cases we've had that this person had no idea that they had diabetes or they had a stroke or something that was detected by one of our doctors through their eyes.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yep.
I uh I love it. Not the stroke, but
Yeah. But yeah,
all the
just the
all the
things that
stuff
you can.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
So they came at night and other horrors. Happily Ever After, I'm guessing, is the second book you put out,
Yes.
and The Blind Spot's the latest.
The latest. Yep.
I love it. I I want to keep you so much longer, but I know you've got to go to work. You said at 12.
That's okay. I mean, if you want to keep going, that's fine. I could probably stay up another 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could probably do just because I do have to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
I could probably do another like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. I was gonna say whenever I do these things, I could talk all night.
Forever.
I had
I'm the
this
same way.
I had this Australian guy on who he it was like he wanted to talk more about my books than his own.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
and which I kept telling him we're here to talk about your books, and we just got so much in talking about writing. I slammed down like three like monster energies, like the mega cans,
Oh my
and
god.
I was up till for like 2.5 hours talking to him. It was like 1 in
Oh
the
my
morning,
gosh.
and my wife's like, "You look," comes in the room's like, "You look exhausted," and I'm like, and he finally said to me, he's like, Rob, I'm gonna let you go. He said, "You're falling asleep," and I was like, "Oh wow." I was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Oh,
funny.
it happens."
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Who's your favorite writer?
Um, it depends on the genre, I guess. Honestly, like my favorite of all time is Arthur Conan Doyle, who did Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
Um, I love Sherlock Holmes. Like that is what got me into reading. Surprisingly, my father used to read Sherlock Holmes to me, when I was a kid. So that was like, but I can't write a thriller to save my life, so or like a mystery to save my life. So
oh,
you know,
it is tough.
yeah.
I mainly write like psychological thrillers, and
Hmm.
I in the beginning said I write horror until I realized I don't know how to write. I don't think I know how to write horror. I'm good at like writing something that like the reader knows it's gonna happen, but nobody in the story knows it's gonna happen.
Exact. Right. Right.
I'm good at writing that. Um, I'm also really good at writing like really demented stuff,
Yeah.
just like some guy is like losing his mind and just slowly throughout the book it gets worse and worse. I'm really good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if I'm good at mysteries. I haven't tried it yet. I think I would be good if I really tried to, but yeah,
Sure.
thrillers they are challenging. Um, but what I found works for a thriller is you've got to. This might not make any sense. You got to kind of take stuff out of um your own life that you're afraid of,
Hmm.
that you've either experienced or you've had nightmares about. Like a lot of thrillers I've written is like stuff that I'm afraid of happening in my own life, like sharks. So I
Yeah.
wrote I wrote a book about this kid pet sitting a shark for a week as like as a summer job from like this rich guy's house.
Yeah.
And it's I wrote that and I loved it. It was a lot of fun, and it's like, and I have this fear of heights.
Oh yeah.
I have a fear of being tortured, like I think most people have.
Hmm.
So my first ever book that I wrote was about this guy who gets stuck in a tree while skydiving with his brother, and they get tortured to death.
Oh my god.
Very short, very short. It was like a novella, but
Okay.
it was a lot of fun. And then it's like my dad passed away 4 years ago, and he's like a
Mhm.
character in every one of my books, and I
Nice.
never mean to put him in any of the books.
Yeah.
He just ends up being one of the main characters. And this last one I wrote, my wife's like, you wrote about yourself, right? And I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, you wrote if you and your dad became one person and lost your mind.
All right.
And I'm just like, I'm not that bad. And she's like, you're not, she's like, you're not as severe as a character, but she's like, this would be you if you lost your mind. And like
Yeah.
everything that you cared about in life just told you to F off. She's like,
Yeah.
it's like you'd go out, you'd lose your mind and like, whose life can I ruin next? And
Right.
I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, I guess sometimes we write about ourselves.
Oh yeah, more often than you think too. Personal experiences is like invaluable to when it comes to writing.
Oh yeah. It's you ever read a book and you think to yourself, "Oh my God, what's wrong with this author?"
Oh yeah, many times.
It's I love it. I've the this one book I just finished reading called The Blood Oath. I've got so many questions for like the author that wrote it. Her husband is the person I'm working on a book with right now, like writing it.
Oh, okay.
And I told him, I'm like, I have so many questions for her that I am uncomfortable asking
Yeah.
because of what the book's about. And I'm like, I
Gosh.
want to know if she's channeling anything from her life in this book.
Right.
And he's answered a few questions just because I felt very awkward asking them. So he answered them, and I was like, oh, thank God. I'm like, I was going to be like, she has a very traumatic upbringing.
Oh my
If
gosh.
any of this is true.
Right.
Oh man, I absolutely love books. I am gonna definitely read The Blind Spot first.
Nice.
Uh, I am gonna wait till the convention just so I can get a uh an author signature
Oh yeah, for sure.
because I love those. I am so happy. I got a signature from your fiance.
Oh yes.
I love his cover for Along About Midnight.
I know. I don't know who does his interior and his covers, but whoever they are fantastic.
I could actually tell you. I think they're on here. Cover design is by Stephanie Fontecha.
Oh, okay. I just know he just pops them out and he's like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, "That's awesome. I love it."
Do you guys read each other's books before you put them out or no?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we actually help each other right like along about midnight. I actually helped him with certain parts of it, like to come up with certain parts of it.
Yeah.
And the one he's working on now is like the same way. He'll write a chapter and he'll send it to me and he'll be like, "Hey, does this make sense? Here's the story, like where should I put this? What should happen next?" And we value each other's opinions very much so. And I'll do
Good.
the same thing. Like I'll send him my stuff and he'll be like, "Oh, I think you should do this," or I think it would be, this character should be like this. And it's yeah, we're very much a team when it comes to writing.
I love the amount of couples who I know now just from, like talking to people on, social media, the amount of authors that are couples
Yeah.
and read each other's work and edit each other's work.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like it's like my wife, she has academic work published
oh cool.
and it's to where like she's like, I have academic work that's like from like through college. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I wrote this fiction about this serial killer.
Right.
But her and I have actually we wrote a book together called The Woman that's like this about this like obsessed woman. And it just goes like way further than I thought I would with the book. And she helped me write it because I know nothing about how to write a female character.
Gotcha.
So she really helped me. So I was like, we're gonna put both of our names on the book because you wrote half of it.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to write more books with my wife, but neither of us have the time to both sit down with each other and do it.
Right.
There, oh yeah, too much, not enough time.
That's true. There's never enough time.
Oh, ever. I've got so many books I want to write, and I just don't have.
Mhm.
It's like if I can get one out a year, I'm really
Right.
happy.
Exactly.
I it is 9:33. I say we wrap this up because I gotta be asleep in about 2 hours. I do
Yeah.
want to know though, this you said paper route.
Yeah.
God, you gotta go out at midnight.
So you don't have to, but you have to be done by 6 in the morning. And I am only 3 or 4 days into this now, so I'm not quite used to the route yet. So I
Oh,
usually try to go early so I'm not messing up anything.
I
But
like that. That's
yeah,
how I would do it too. Just try
y-
to get it done. So if you get done before 6, you just go home.
yeah, mhm,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you're done when you're done and you don't have to report to anybody, you just go pick up your papers, you give them to the houses that they need to go to, and you're done.
Do you now you just like drive your car around and like toss them up? That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, and I listen to my true crime podcasts, and I just, just go. It's great.
Nice. Oh
Yeah.
man, I wish that was my job. So you do that and the eye surgery stuff?
Yeah, so I do that in the morning, early morning, and then at 8 is when I start the retina job. So it's
Okay.
it's an all day event, and then I sleep sometimes.
Jeez.
Yep.
You work more than I do, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I work about 50 hours a week, give or take a few. And
Gotcha.
I used to work like 16 hours a day, and I am so happy I quit doing that.
Yeah, that's hard. That's rough.
Especially with especially with writing books, it's like, oh, it's so hard to do.
I know. I wish I had a job that was just like my ultimate like goal in life would be to get a work from home job where I could just,
Yeah.
do something and then like at the same time like try to pop stuff out writing, but
Oh yeah.
uh I don't know. I enjoy what I do way too much to be at home.
Good. Good. At least you enjoy it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love it. I love retina. Like as weird as it is to say, like I love doing eye injections. Like I love doing eye injections.
I mean, it does sound fun.
Yeah, it's so interesting, and it's like it's just once you see it, you're desensitized to it, so it's not like you're not squeamish about it or anything.
I love it. You're the first retina person I've had on here. That is so cool. Um, so tell everybody now your stuff, is it only on Amazon, or are there other platforms it's on, or
Um, so at the moment it's only on Amazon. I think the ones that are coming out next year, like The Bee Story and Has Been, I'm gonna try to push those on Ingram.
but I
Or
was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
try
that
to yeah, either that or I'm gonna try to shop them out to a publisher. So we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens.
Ingram seems to be the way a lot of people are going because of
Yeah,
you can put it out on like Barnes and Noble bookstores,
exactly. Yeah.
which is great having it on the shelf.
Yeah, yeah.
So definitely, because I'm probably going to be doing that with this book I'm collaborating on. I
Mhm.
already told them, I'm like, we need to put this on Ingram and
Oh, yeah.
get physical copies on shelves in our hometowns.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
definitely. So you got God, I always forget. I feel terrible. They Come at Night and Other Horrors, which is a
Mhm.
you said anthology book.
Yeah, it's like a short story anthology.
Okay, and then Happily Never After and The Blind Spot.
Yep.
I love it. They're all on Amazon, and I cannot wait to read them. And I'm probably gonna get all three of them at Thrills and Chills.
They will be there.
We tell Dory I said hi.
I will.
Tell him I was the weird guy with the hat sitting at the exit. I was the guy at the exit.
Gotcha. I will let him know.
Thank you. Well, it was great having you on, and
Yeah.
Teresa, right?
Yep.
Not TL, just for writing. All right,
Yes.
Teresa, I cannot wait to have you on again, and it was great having you this time. So thank you very much.
Well, thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely, me as well. I will see you at Thrills and Chills. Okay.
All right. I'll see you then.
See you then. Bye.
All right. Good night.
Good night.